Have you ever wanted to time travel? Well, what if I told you that you actually can, right inside your own sentences, just by changing one tiny little thing about a verb? Seriously. Some verbs have this secret power that lets them look into the past or jump into the future.
I mean, take a look at these two sentences. We stopped to watch the sunset versus we stopped watching the sunset. They look almost exactly the same, right? But one of them means an activity is actually starting, and the other one means it's ending. And by the end of this, you're going to know exactly why, and you will never, ever mix them up again.
So, let's dive into this little story. We're going to unravel the whole mystery behind these tricky verbs and give you a super simple tool to get them right every single time. You know, mastering this is one of those subtle things that really separates pretty good English from, truly fluent, natural-sounding English. It's all about being precise, and believe me, it's a lot easier than you think. Okay, so to understand this magic trick, we first need to meet our two key players, the gerund and the infinitive.
So let's meet them. First up, we've got the gerund. That's just the ing form of a verb, like living or running. And then we have the infinitive, which is to plus the verb, like to buy or to run. These are the two forms our special verbs are going to use to do their time travel thing.
And here it is. This is the key to the whole thing. I like to call it the time travel rule. And it's so simple. Gerunds, those ing forms, they usually look backward, into the past, kind of like you're recalling a memory. Infinitives, the to forms, they tend to look forward, into the future, like a task you still need to do. Let's see how this works.
Okay, let's put our new time travel rule into action with our first group of verbs: remember, forget, and regret. First up to the plate is the verb remember. Let's see how it uses the gerund to look back in time and then the infinitive to look ahead. Check this out. This slide shows the rule perfectly. Remember's sending uses that gerund to look back at a memory from the past. That action is over and done with. But remember's to send uses the infinitive to look forward to a future task, a responsibility. Let's just focus on this one for a sec. When he says he remembers sending, he's literally pulling up a memory file in his brain. The action happened last year, and right now, he is recalling it. It's that simple. All right, next up is forget, and it works almost exactly like remember, just, in reverse. And here we go, it's that same pattern again. Forgets calling means she has no memory of something that she actually did in the past. She made the call, but her mind is blank. But forgets to call, that means she failed to do a future task. The call never even happened. See that difference? It's huge. A past memory versus a future task. Okay, our last verb in this group is regret. It follows that same time travel rule, but this one has a little more of an emotional kick to it. So here's the crucial point. Regret telling looks back on a past action you wish you could just undo. But regret to tell, that's a much more formal way to announce bad news right now in the present. It's like saying, I am sorry for the words I'm about to say. Okay, let's switch gears a little bit. These next two verbs, stop and try, they're a little less about time and more about why you're doing something, your purpose or your method. And here we are, right back at the puzzle from the beginning. It's time to solve the mystery of stop. Now, this one trips up a lot of people, but we're about to make it so simple. So let's break down that first sentence. When you stop to do something, you are stopping one activity for the purpose of starting a brand new one. In this case, you stopped walking in order to watch the sunset. The infinitive shows your new goal. And here it is, side by side, the solution. Stop to watch means you paused what you were doing with the purpose of starting something new. But stopped watching just means the activity of watching is over. It's finished. The gerund just names the action you quit. Okay, our final verb is try. And this one has two really distinct and super useful meanings, all depending on what comes after it. So try to reach, that's with the infinitive. It implies you're making a real effort to do something difficult. It was a challenge. But try reaching, with the gerund, that's more like you're running an experiment. You're testing out a method to see if it works. Think of it this way. One is about effort, and the other is about experimenting. All right, before we wrap this up, I've got a quick pro tip for you. This is a super simple trick that will instantly make your sentences sound so much more natural and way less repetitive. So listen to this sentence. He enjoys outdoor activities, and his son enjoys outdoor activities too. I mean, it's correct, but doesn't it feel a little clunky? A bit repetitive? Okay, now listen to the smoother version. He enjoys outdoor activities, and his son does too.
Ah, see how much better that sounds? Instead of repeating that whole long phrase, we just use a little helper verb, what's called an auxiliary verb, in this case does, to stand in for it. It's cleaner, it's quicker, and honestly, it's just what a native speaker would say.
And there you have it. This little secret of the English language is now yours. This simple shift between gerunds and infinitives can give your English so much more precision. So, I'll leave you with this question. What will you remember to do with this new knowledge, and what great moments will you remember doing today? Thanks for joining me.